Hi guys, YouTuber Mark here. I know my last video was a little messed up, the sound was a little off, but today I'm going to be going over a new deck that I'm starting to make. I know I said I was going to talk about my ice barriers today. My ice barriers are there, but I came across something today. I actually traded a Levier and got like 30 something cards. It was a really nice deal. I pretty much finished the deck that I'm going to do, and the next deck I want to do is, if I get the card here, is Gishiki's. This is Yugioh Gishki Soul Ogre. Gishikis are ritual monsters. Ritual monsters haven't been that big for a long time. I remember back when you had your Relinquished and stuff like that. But now they're making a huge comeback with Hidden Arsenal 5 with these Gishikis. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But yeah, they're really good cards. They're really strong. I mean, Gishki Soul Ogre is a 2800 feet stake. And there's a couple little tidbits that I'm going to try to start doing with this deck to make them better. For instance, using like Dijins. That way, these cards, your opponent can't special summon if I use a Dijin as a tribute for a ritual monster. So boom, and as long as this is up on the field, they can't do that. And Soul Ogre's effect is pretty nice too, because I can discard a Gishiki from my hand to make my opponent take back a card, put it back in their deck, and shuffle. So that's really nice too. It trusts a lot of things. And Gishikis are pretty awesome because back in the old days you had like you needed this ritual card, like you need the one for Relinquish, you did the one for Mass Beast. Gishikis have their card here, which is their Aqua Mirror. Basically it's this card here, boom, Gishki Aqua Mirror, and it acts as a ritual for all Gishki monsters. And also, when this card is in the graveyard and you have a ritual monster enter the grave, you can shuffle this card back into your deck, which is really broken, and return that card back to your hand. I don't know about y'all, but that's a little broken. And a lot of them are really good that let you add to your hand back cards, like for instance, like Gishki Beast. It basically lets you return back to your hand. Actually, no. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one level 4 lower Gishki monster in your graveyard, special summon that card out of your graveyard. So that lets you upset for XYZs. Lets you set up for synchroing if you want to start having a synchro engine in this deck. I'm not running one right now, but I'm probably going to. Another one is like Gishki Abyss. It's kind of cool. He looks like a shark. I remember that old show when I was a kid with those like guys with like the human bodies and shark heads. But yeah, basically he lets you add to your hand a Gishki with 1,000 or less defense to your hand, and so you have a lot of good targets for that. And I'll show you one of them, which is one of my favorites. It's this one right here, Gishki Shadow. Gishki Shadow. You can use just him by himself as the whole entire ritual material tributes needed for ritual monster, or you can pitch him to your graveyard to get out the ritual card needed, which is that Gishki Aqua Mirror. So he's really nice. And like I said, you got a couple good little things that you have in this deck. Like this ritual monster right here, Gishki Mind August, or August, however you want to say it. This card right here, what it does is return 5 cards from either player's graveyards back to their decks. So basically, if your opponent, let's say, foolished in a card to have in his graveyard, let's say Global, you return Global back to the deck. They wasted their one foolish burial, and it shuts them down. Or Dark World's Grapha. Grapha gets sent there. No, return Grapha back to the deck. It lets you do a lot of mean things back to decks that need stuff to be in the grave. He allows it to be pitched back. It's really good. And one that I don't have in here, because I'm actually running some proxies right now until I finish it, as you can see, proxies. I'll try to post up the pictures somewhere around here or a link to them. But basically, what they are is Vizian Gishiki, which is kind of like Shadow, which I showed you, which is Shadow. It's kind of like him, where he can act. It can act as one, and just be the one target that you need for the whole entire ritual. Or you can pitch Vizian, and Vizian, instead of being like Shadow, Shadow goes for the ritual card. Vizian goes for the ritual monster. So basically, you can pitch a Shadow for the ritual, pitch Vizian for the ritual, and then ritual, like let's say a Djinn that you have in your hand, and then banish Djinn from the graveyard, and then your opponent can't special summon, and you use the Djinn as a tribute summon. So it's just boom, 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 kind of snowballs your opponent down to the point where they're like, what do I do? I can't special summon. It's like a Vanity Fiend now. It's a 2800 beat stick. I can't run it over. I need to do something. So they have to try to target it with spells, and that's when you have your back row set, da 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 da, so on and so forth. But yeah, they're really good. They're really great. I'm having a lot of fun with them. I'm using them on Dueling Network. They're very, very, very effective. I've gone right now 20 and 8 on Dueling Network. Just pretty much OP, 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 OP. They're gonna be the deck that I'm probably gonna be running this upcoming format. I'm gonna be getting them big time because I'm having so much fun using these things, and I have a feeling that they're gonna be shutting down a lot of big plays, especially planets that need stuff in their grave, things like that. It's gonna be able to punish the graveyard using that one ritual monster that I showed you, that August. It's definitely effective. And cards like, they're trap cards, which this one is Aqua Mirror Meditation, which basically, if you have the ritual card in your hand, which is the Gishki Aqua Mirror, go figure with the name. If you have this card in your hand, and you can show this card from your hand to your opponent, which your opponent's going to be like, I already should expect it's there, you probably brought it back to your hand, etc., etc. And you can return back 2 cards from your 2 Gishki monsters from your graveyard to your hand. So that could be back those Gishki Shadows and Vizians, and you're just continue spitballing out ritual monsters, and your opponent's shut down. It's a really good deck. It's really fun. I definitely suggest running it. I'll put up a deck list once I finish and get those proxies out of there. And another main thing that I suggest, which I'm running right now, is Preparation of Rites. For all of you who don't know Preparation of Rites is a magic card. When you activate that spell card, maybe a more specific spell card, what it does is you can return back from your graveyard a ritual spell. So you return back your Aqua Mirror. And then the second part is from your deck to your hand, a ritual monster, 7 or lower. Yeah, that's broken too for this deck. It's not limited, it's unlimited right now, so I'm running 3 of those. I'm running proxies for them right now until I get them. I'm running Salvage. Salvage is another good thing because you can get back out your Gishikis, get back out all that good stuff from your graveyard. Because you need 1500 or less attack, and pretty much like your Shadows are 1200. Your Gishiki Beasts are, I think, 1500 exact, and your Gishiki Abyss, which is another good thing, that's 800. So you keep popping and popping and popping. It's really good. Another good thing is Gishiki Vanity. That's another good thing you can run in your deck. I'm not running it. It's kind of almost like a effect failure, because basically you pitch them to the during main phase, you pitch them to the graveyard. Your opponent can activate spells in response to Gishiki ritual summons. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not being able to torrential tribute or activate a mirror force or anything like that. It's definitely helpful because then you can use the guy that I'll show you in the beginning. You should get over to basically pop those back rows and make them put back in the deck and shuffle. So anyway, guys, that's a little tidbit on my Gishiki. So I'll be putting up a deck list. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully the audio isn't as bad this time around. Anyway, this is YouTuber Mark signing out. Peace.